How's it going, guys? We are back talking about Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and normally on the channel we go over everything to do with global, and we don't really touch JP, but of course we kind of have to talk about JP because, as you can see on the screen, they released a recent promotional video alongside a live stream where they released all the information about the 8-year anniversary and everything coming that we can expect for at least part 1, including the brand new LRs, any events, all that sort of good stuff as well. So in this video we're going to go through it, and they also had a Q&A event as well. So like I said, this is mainly JP, but good for global players as well, because bear in mind the anniversary for us will be in about 5 to 6 months, but there's a lot of interesting information during that Q&A that is good for everybody to see what their sort of thought process and where they're going with the game, and obviously all this exciting 8-year anniversary information. So I actually can't believe this game's been around for 8 years. Let me know your thoughts of that down below in the comments, and without further ado, we're gonna get into all the information. Let's go. So we could go through the whole of the live stream and things like that to see everything that's coming, but what's probably easier, because I don't speak Japanese, is if we head over to Twitter, where we're on Air Dokkan's account. He has screenshotted all the different parts of the live stream as well, and we will also go into, you've probably heard of him, a very big Dokkan Battle YouTuber, Goresh's Twitter as well, where he's very kindly translated the actual Q&A session of it as well. But 8 years, guys, we're at the 8th year anniversary for JP, and in 5-6 months time for global it'll be there too as well. So once again, this is good knowledge for you global players as well. But I actually can't believe this game is 8 years old in total. Absolutely unreal. So let's get into it anyway. So we've got all the major milestones of the different year anniversaries, starting from release up to the 7th year anniversary. You've got different things in here as well. So you've got the first active skills. We've got the first summonable LR, the first LR in general, first EZA, all that sort of stuff as well. I think that's where we got the revival skills. Basically all the milestones to start us off then, and then it goes into basically everything leading up to the 8th year anniversary. So we got the worldwide campaign, the Gammas, burst mode, and then we got Gohan, Piccolo there as well. So not a lot to talk about there, just sort of like the introductions before they started releasing everything and all the sort of things that they would go through in the 8th year anniversary. So like I said, all the characters, the events, all the LR banners, all that sort of hype stuff as well. They went through a Q&A session as well. We'll get to all the hype and all that sort of stuff, but this Q&A session is very interesting, like I said, even if you are a global player. So I am once again on one of probably the biggest Dokkan Battle YouTubers threads at the moment. They had the voting results here, which we're not going to focus on today. I've also actually retweeted everything, all of these, onto my Twitter as well, if you did want to join on all that sort of stuff. So starting off then, we had question 1. Like I said, he has very kindly translated all of these, well, not specifically for us, but for everyone in the community. So big up to Goresh, one of the biggest Dokkan Battle YouTubers, to be fair. So we got question 1. Why is the Ultimate Red Zone limited to only 3 attempts per day? After pulling new characters, I really want to test out their abilities, but these limitations act as a bottleneck. I want you to implement high difficulty events that don't have these kind of restrictions. So as it's probably worded, I'm pretty sure that they got these from like a social media or something along those lines. But basically they are questions from people in the community, and then the producers and things like that of Dokkan Battle have provided their answers as well, which once again is translated by Goresh. So we got, it seems as though a lot of people feel similarly to the person who submitted this question. However, we are not currently considering the removal of these restrictions from a general standpoint. On the other hand, we are considering relaxing these restrictions a bit during the special campaigns, such as the anniversary. I'll be sure to discuss this with the rest of the development team. So basically, in short, the question is, why is it only limited to 3 times per day? And the answer is, we're not planning to get rid of it at any point, but they're going to ease them. A little bit like we've seen with a couple of the Ultimate Red Zones probably, because recently they've gone up to like 5 and stuff. I think that's probably what they're going to do during the anniversaries and things. So interesting about that. Unfortunate, I complain about it on my channel quite a lot. having those limitations, but it is what it is. So let's go into question 2 as well. We've got, are there currently any plans to implement anything past Extreme Z Awakening? Because obviously, for instance, like the first ever Extreme Z Awakening, Super Saiyan 3 Goku was dropped off once again now, which the Easy 8, the whole point of it was to bring people back in the meta. So the answer was, it's quite a big one as well, quite a lengthy one. So like I said, we've got a lot to speak about. Make sure to stay tuned throughout this as well. So let's have a little look at the answer. We've got, I believe we referenced this possibility in a survey that we put out at an earlier point, so that might be why we received this question. Okay, English. We're unsure at this time whether or not we're going to be implementing something like this. We understand that there's a lot of characters who already had... Oh, hang on. The arrow is in the way. Received their Extreme Z Awakenings. That's really bad. Easy A, and cannot keep up with the current environment of the game, and therefore are in need of help in some way. However, if we do implement a mere extension of the Easy A system to help these characters, the same cycle will inevitably repeat itself down the line. So we're currently trying our best to think of more long-term solutions to this issue. Bear with me, I am still reading. But yeah, ultimately with this, the question is, are they going to take anything further than Extreme Z Awakening? The answer being, they're thinking about something, but if they just extend to the Easy A, then long story short, the character or what have you is going to fall off later down the line once again. So they need to think of a way that they'll consistently be usable in the meta some way, shape or form. That is basically the outcome of this. No straight to the point sort of thing, but basically it shows that they are thinking about something, which is nice, because there's loads of units that have come out quite a while ago, had their Easy A's, and now they just dropped off, and they're just there for show in your account basically, which is really unfortunate. Let's have a little look at the next question then. So question 3, I personally think it's been nice that you guys have been releasing non-main characters such as Videl, Yamcha and Ginyu, etc. as Dokkan Fest exclusives. Their plans to continue this moving forward. So as an answer, we've got yes, we have plans to continue doing this. We're interested in hearing directly from the players what aspects of these less popular characters are most liked. For example, the animation, the kit, etc. So ultimately, where we've seen, as it says there, it's sort of less hype characters such as Videl, Yamcha and Ginyu, are they going to carry on doing this? And to be honest, it is a business. Obviously, for big anniversaries such as this, as we'll see soon, you'll have like really hype characters and all that sort of stuff. But just regular months and things is probably a good thing that they expand, because obviously expanding to characters such as Ginyu, Videl and things like that creates not only other teams but make other teams more viable and all that sort of stuff as well. And you've got to give the spotlight to some characters, because whilst they're not the most popular, such as the Vegetos and the Gogetas, there are people who are going to like those characters a lot. So, okay, nice and easy one there. We've got question 4. There is 7 in total as well, guys, so just bear in mind with that. This is probably going to be a little bit of a longer video, but you get to see my thoughts on the 8th year anniversary as well. So are you guys considering addition of a function that would allow us to fight together with our friends, even through online functionality? The current friend system provides very little in the area of connecting people, and it almost feels like a waste. So it's talking a bit about friend system, but not what probably everyone's expecting, and what being the fact of like, are you going to update it so it makes it better for us to get friends and things, but more actually as a like co-op sort of system. Let's have a little look at the answer and I'll talk about my thoughts on that. There are a lot of areas we're considering improvement for as far as the friend system goes. So they are looking at the friend system and improvements, which is a good point. The concept of playing with friends in an online game vastly differs depending on the individual. So for example, do you view the friends you play with online as family, normal friends, or short-term acquaintances? This will determine the best way to move forward with the changes to the system in Dokkan. So we would want to make the most suitable changes for all our players, as we plan for the years ahead. We look forward to receiving more feedback from our players as we continue to release surveys in the future. So with surveys, I would also point out, make sure to do them as well, because as you can tell from these answers, that is how they get their information and make the game suited best to basically all of us players as much as possible. So they're looking at the friend system, they're looking for improvements, but what they've also got to look at, and it sounds like they need more information by the sound of it, they're going to look at doing it in that sort of co-op environment, but you've got to kind of look at everyone. For instance, myself, I would use probably things like Legends for co-op or something like that. I don't really see Dokkan as being a co-op mode sort of game, not in the strict sense that you fight together against one person. And I mean, they may do that, but I don't really see the need for it on Dokkan, to be honest. Some people are hoping for that, basically, aren't they? They're hoping for a co-op where you can battle with your friends right next to each other on each other's phones and all that sort of stuff. But then there's other people who are just happy with just a bit of an update of the friend system, just using it as a leader, and that's about it, because we're all in different circumstances. Some of us have lots of friends that play this game, some of us have friends that don't really play this game, and all this sort of stuff as well, so they've got to look at the best scenario for everyone as well when it comes to that. Going on to request 5, they called it here, question 5 I guess, I want you guys to add a ceiling that would guarantee new characters on their debut banners once hit. So a lot of people have talked about this. It's basically a pity system, isn't it? But let's have a look at the answer. We got, as a player myself, I completely understand where this person's coming from. We understand that in other titles, certainly pity systems exist where it is possible to acquire the newest character on their debut banner after performing a set amount of summons, i.e. the ceiling that he was on about. In Dokkan, we have the gotcha coin system, and we feel that this is sufficient at this time. Therefore, there are no current plans to introduce a ceiling system where players would be able to guarantee the new characters on their debut banner, which for me is a bit of a downer. Don't know how I like that, and they basically saying we've got the gotcha coin system, we're not going to do anything more about it. But like, even if they sort of hinted towards putting the new characters in the gotcha coin system, you can even charge like 5,000 coins if you really want for the new character. But what they know in this game is there's so many whales who are probably sitting on hundreds of thousands of coins. So if they release the new character in the gotcha coin system, those whales just aren't going to summon, they're just going to buy them. That's basically what they're trying to avoid. But I do think they need to do something. Even Legends has something for the new Legends limited characters. Granted, it's expensive, but there's still something there. I mean, they should really think about something like that, because that basically is a way to give back to the whales of the community and things like that. I mean, like, obviously with on Goresh's Twitter now, Goresh does a lot of summons and he likes to max out his units and things like that. I mean, fair play to him. But if you just put them in the coin in the gotcha coin system, he's just going to buy them. But if you did it in some other way, shape or form, maybe you do so many summons through a mission or something and get the character, or something like that. I mean, realistically, like I said, Goresh likes to max out all his units. He's not going to stop at one. He'll still keep going. He'll still make money. I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on all these questions and answers down below as well. So we've got question 6. What are your guys' thoughts on the World Tournament mode, including the content of the mode and its functionality? So World Tournament been a little bit of a talk of the community for quite a while, but it is a very old event, and I think that's what they allude to. As the attendees of this meeting are the top 50 ranking players in most of the recent World Tournament, I am sure that you all have your own opinions about this mode, and we in fact received a lot of questions and requests specifically about this mode from the attendees today. For what am I able to discuss today, we as the development team understand the frustrations of a lot of people with this mode. We are currently considering which areas of the World Tournament mode to get rid of and what areas we feel are still necessary. So as an answer to this question directly, as a development team, we're a bit unsure right now the best way to proceed. So we're looking to receive more direct feedback on areas you'd like to see remain and gotten rid of as it pertains to this mode. So essentially, they are looking at the World Tournament mode, and the World Tournament mode, I'm sure it's been out since like at the first anniversary, at the very least the second year anniversary, so it's a very old mode, but they are looking at it and ways to improve it. If I put my 2 cents forward, personally, what I would do is get rid of these different stages where you've got different, like, was it the prelim and then the quarter and then the semis and then the finals and all that sort of stuff. Put it all in one map where you go up against 4 people, and then by beating them you get to the next stage, which increases in difficulty. So do it like floors, like different stages maybe. A lot of different games have that type of idea in it, where you go through the different floors, and as you do that you get different rewards. If you put World Tournament in that sort of way, maybe. The actual gameplay itself of taking on against the whole team itself, maybe differ that a little bit as well. Maybe each person picks, I don't know, 3 units from their team or something like that to fight up against each other, and you increase their stats a little bit. I don't know, something like that. But let me know your thoughts on that down below, and also what you would do to the World Tournament to improve it. So let's have a little look at the very last question, and then we're going to look at some absolute unreal hype of everything coming for the 8th year anniversary. Once again, I know I keep saying it, but if you are a global player, this will come around just as it comes around for JP, to be honest, in around 5 or 6 months. So make sure not to go anywhere. The very last question: are there plans to continue releasing new iterations of characters, almost said questions, in the future who already have full representation of their animations in high quality? So basically, are you going to reuse characters you've already released? I have a feeling this question may be referring to characters such as Ultimate Gohan, who released as part of the Superhero Celebration, or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, released during the 7th year anniversary. And we have actually gotten this question quite a lot. At this point in time, I can't really discuss details. However, we absolutely will continue to release new iterations of characters in the future who already have their full style of animations in the game. Generally speaking, we have the characters release schedule until the 10th anniversary, more or less planned out already. And for the anniversary celebrations, we will always be sure to release characters who will live up to their hype and expectations of our users. In line with this, we understand how important it is for these characters to have new and exciting animations, so we are in the process of concocting ways to make this happen for characters referenced in this question. So basically with the question, is sort of specifying obviously reuse of characters, but where we've already seen like the I don't know, like the brand new LR Piccolo that came out where he throws the rocks. We've already seen that. Are they going to reuse animations like that? They have the idea, but the biggest thing that I've taken out of this is that they've planned up to the 10th year anniversary. So this is the 8th year anniversary started now. So they've planned up pretty much more or less for another 2 years in advance. So at the very least, they're planning this game to go on for 10 years. I think they want this game to just carry on. I really don't know. Because for a gacha game, I think the lifestyle, or a gacha game will last as long as like maybe like 4 years normally, 5 years. We're on the 8th year anniversary and they've got planned up to the 10th year anniversary. That is absolutely nuts. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's all the questions there. If we go back over to Air Dokkan and we'll scroll past the questions here. Okay, so I've got it scrolled up here. We've also got the Truth DT there as well. But this is the start of all of the screenshots that Air Dokkan has very kindly put on his Twitter as well. So we'll have a little look through here, and this is everything released for the 8th year anniversary. So if you are excited, guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. And also, I would point out, it's probably a bit obvious, but I very rarely, if at all, cover any JP news because I'm a global player. If you guys do want me to carry this on, obviously, like I said, hit that like button as well, and I'm more than happy to do this because it's still useful for us as global players to know when it's coming about. So we've got the 8th year anniversary Dokkan battle, so that is the logo, and a pretty cool one at that, with Goku holding a spirit bomb, which, as we'll go through this, a little bit of a spoiler, but you will see the theme of a spirit bomb, which it sort of gives away here on the next one anyway. So we've got the GT Spirit Bomb Goku here, which was the free-to-play one, and then we got the login bonus Goku here, which you get for 1,000 days, and Easy A's after 2,000 days as well. So once again, we've got a GT Goku Spirit Bomb and a Z Spirit Bomb Goku, the one against, basically when he was against Kid Buu. So, like I said, a running theme of Spirit Bomb there as well. So we've got extra missions and all that sort of stuff. This is probably login bonus as well. As you expect with the anniversary, we'll see missions and also login bonuses for Dragon Stones. Summon tickets by the looks of it. These ones usually for LR summon tickets as well. And then we've got these coins which come back every year as well, which you can use in the exchange shop to exchange for like Elder Kais and really good rewards, to be honest, as well. So highly recommend doing that if you are a JP main, of course. We've got the screenshot again, and then we've got this. So we've got the 77 person multi. It normally goes up each year, so you would have expected it to be 88 person multi, but it's not this year for some reason. But oh well, it is what it is. 77 person multi, and it is 3 guaranteed LRs as well, and you'll usually get them at the end. We've got the Angel Golden Freezer on there, which is out at the moment on Global. You've got the Goku and the Gohan, you've got Fuse Zamasu. So pretty much every LR up until now, if you were on Global, let's put it that way. And I think that, because I watched a little bit of different YouTubers and things like that as well, because obviously, like I said, I normally like to jump in and get first-hand reaction, but where I don't speak Japanese, a bit hard to do that. So I did look up a little bit beforehand, and I've heard as well they're going to have steps to this. So whereas normally if you only got, say, 74 tickets, you wouldn't be able to summon on this and you'd be gutted. They're going to have steps, so if you only manage to get 40 tickets, you can, sorry, it's for 50 tickets in total in it that you do this, and then 77 person multi. So let's say you got 48 tickets, so you didn't get the full 50, then you'll have steps. So for instance, at 30 tickets, you can get like 50 characters with 1 LR, and then 40 tickets, it'll be like 60 characters for 2 LRs, something along those lines, but we'll yet to see that anyway. But it's nice that they're implementing some steps as well, because I know there are some people, for whatever reason, miss those tickets, unfortunately. But once again, Global/JP, whenever the anniversary comes around for you, make sure to grind them out as well. We've got 2 brand new events coming. So we've got one against Goku and basically his allies and friends and all that sort of stuff. And then we got another one which Goku and once again the evil allies, essentially, I guess. The good allies and the bad allies. And I think it shows on the next one. So you can get, I think, a free-to-play Hercule off this one. And then you can get a support memory off this one. So very nice as well. So decent. So we got a new free-to-play unit and a support memory coming. Next up, we've got the LR, I was going to say Marjup then, but it's not, is it? It's Oob, which probably is the one, yeah, so Dokkan awakens into a UR, so I imagine each part of the anniversary, they will release a new part where this guy can Dokkan awaken, and you can get him into a full LR, I imagine, because they do that every year, and this looks like it'll be the event for that. We've also got a Barbody here, but it doesn't really talk too much about it, so we will see. Maybe you can get an Oob that'll Dokkan Awaken and a separate Barbity, I'm not sure. Okay, so I've probably done a skip there because I just wanted to double check, but the next slides that we've got are the actual LR units that are coming. I think it's only the one on the next slide, and then it'll show the next one. So make sure to hit that like button as well. Let me know your thoughts of each unit down below, and like I said, for the first part, it looks like we're getting 2 LR releases, and it both looks like they are Dokkan Fest as well. So let me know down in the comments which one you would prefer, and it is absolutely hyped. So let's have a little look at our first one then. So we've got an LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta from when they were up against Kid Buu, and they will have a new skill. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a standby skill or something like that, which I expect to be the Spirit Bomb, because this unit will do a Spirit Bomb. And look at that art. It looks absolutely unreal. This is pretty much like the LR physical Vegeta they did, the Angel Vegeta, alongside a Super Saiyan Goku, I guess, or Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the Fizz one as well. It's like those two units mashed together. I don't think we've got their kits yet, but that looks pretty incredible, if I be honest. And like I said, they'll do the Spirit Bomb, so I'm imagining it's the, like, you know, going from normal to Super Saiyan Spirit Bomb and going thanks and wishing you oob, and then destroying Kid Buu. So that's what I imagine. So that is the first of the 2 LRs, and just as a reminder, it does look like they're both brand new Dokkan Fest units as well. So what we can maybe expect is 2 Carnival unit LRs as part 2, maybe. We'll yet to see that though. But let's have a little look. I imagine the next one is here. So yes, the next one is a GT Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and a GT Kids Goku LR. Once again, they're going to have the Universal Spirit Bomb, the one that destroys Omega Shenron. And I'm quite liking the fact they're giving Vegeta a lot of representation in this. We'll see like super attacks and all that sort of stuff, but this art looks actually pretty good. The more I look at it, the more it like warms up on me, to be honest. Like I said, let me know down in the comments which one you are most hyped for, but they're both Spirit Bomb units, and I would point out, I like the fact that they're basing these celebrations like this, like on a big thing like a Spirit Bomb or something like that, instead of like a specific saga, because the way that they have been doing it is like Saiyan Saga, I don't know, Majin Buu Saga, we've got the GD Saga, Super, that, or like, I guess we got like Future Saga and all that sort of stuff. That's the way that they've been doing it. By doing it this way, we've got different units from different sagas which hit different teams. And I like that fact. So they're basing everything around Spirit Bomb, so all the units that we're having aren't stuck to like one sort of saga, so to speak. A little bit like how they've done with fusions, to be honest. So they have done that a bit with, obviously, Vegeta and Gogeta. It wasn't meant to be specifically on fusions, but it's just, that's the way it's worked out as. So that is the 2 LRs that I'm sure all of you would be waiting for. Like I said, hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts down below. But we've got a lot more going on as well, including the banners. So these are the SSR arts. And it looks like as well, we've either got 2 new units on here, or it's one whole unit. So a bit like the Jason Burton and stuff like that for the Ginyu squad. But we've got Nova Shenron and Ice Shenron over here, and we've got Gotenks, Super Saiyan 3, and Piccolo over here. It kind of does look like there'll be one unit, because it looks like Piccolo's kind of speaking to him, but it doesn't really look that way with these guys, if I'll be honest. And then we've got, obviously, the brand new units. We've got Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Kid Goku. We've got Super Saiyan Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. We've got the Gammas coming back for them on the 8th year anniversary. We can expect that in Global as well. We've got the 7th year anniversary LRs, and we've also got the worldwide campaign summonable Dokkan, I don't know why I specified summonable, but the Dokkan Fest units, not the 8 Carnival ones, obviously, because they are both Dokkan Fests. But these banners, let's just put it this way, if you've got stones and you are a JP player, this is what you're waiting for. These banners are really high quality, especially if you're just starting. Just getting these units, like the Gammas are incredible, the Cooler's incredible, these guys are incredible. I imagine the side banners will be good. I don't really know their kits off the top of my head yet. And then the 7th year anniversary LRs, like absolutely unreal. Like these are crazy banners, absolutely crazy value, especially when you compare them to I don't know, just like the Piccolo and Gohan banner. It's like the Piccolo and Gohan banners, just take Piccolo and Gohan out and they're not very good at all. These banners are crazy, so yeah, definitely spend on these if you are saving and all that sort of stuff. So we've got the different banners, we've got 400s hours, I imagine that is, and it's probably, what's that? Oh, it's probably like tickets and free summons and all that sort of stuff. Right, okay, so there we go. We've got a brand new campaign there, which I imagine is either login or a social media campaign. Let's keep going. We've got the Barbity once again, and we've got the 2 LRs back to back. So very nice. Like I said, let me know down in the comments which LR you think is the best and which one you will be summoning for if you are a JP player. Let me know. Let's have a little look. I'm probably just going to skip here, just double check to see if there's anything else. So it does look like that's pretty much everything we have at the moment. We have obviously these releases and things like that as well. I might as well leave that on the screen. But let me know your thoughts of the 8th year anniversary down below. Obviously we're going to have a lot more to it as well. We'll see that as it's rolled out. Personally, for me, I don't have a JP account. Well, I do, but I can't find it or anything like that or access it. So I'm not sure. I may try and locate a JP account just to do some summons on this. Not sure. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you are a JP player, let me know once again which LR's your favourite. And absolutely incredible. Like I said, the Q&A, just having that little bit more insight on Dokkan Battle as well, whether you are a JP or a global player, is handy. And also seeing these units, I'm real excited for this. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait 5-6 months being on global. I am really hoping they catch up these versions, to be honest, but it's not looking like they will, but it is what it is. If you haven't already, guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. Till next time, I'll catch you later. Ciao.